Hey, shalom, everybody. I'm just going to wing it, as they say. Hopefully, my connection doesn't drop off or anything. Anyways, it's interesting as we're studying the nations of the world. It's interesting to look at some of the maps. So I figured I would do some of that. So, let's see. I guess I have to do this first. Okay. Map study. Looks Greek to me, but anyways, I think we have an idea what this is here. Anatolia, or some such facsimile. We got just groups here: Elam, the Hittites, Babylonians, Yamhad, whatnot, Mari. Anyways, this is what it's about here. These are the nations of the world. So we have these are the nations we can see here from Gomer, Ashkenaz, Vita, Tagama, Javan, Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim. Oh, we've heard of Tarshish before, right? Or Tarshish. He said so. Anyway, Tarshish. Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshach, Tiras. Of course, these are the sons of Japheth. So these are the nations that the Bible talks about, the nations. And these are the people, basically, that became the Phoenicians as well. Then we have the sons of Ham. We know about the sons of Ham. Cush, Mitzrayim, Phut, Canaan. And we can see all these, people all over the place. So we have Nimrod, Seba, or Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Sabteka, Rama, Sheba, and Dedan. One of these people is a DY chromosome, probably. We got Nimrod as a CY chromosome. One of these people, I don't know which one it is yet. Maybe it's Stephen Dedan or Dedan or somebody. It's the DY chromosome. Then we got Mitzrayim, which is Egypt. All these names you see here, these are all in the land of Egypt. Ludim would be the Lydians or Libyans. And Anonym, Lehabim, I put him, Patharushim, Kaptorim. This is interesting. These apparently became the Philistines. Became the Philistines, Kashulim. But this also involved Europeans as well. which would be probably the T chromosome. Okay, Canaan, we know all these peoples. Sidon, Hittites, Jebusites, Amorites, Girgashites, Hittites, Archetype, Archite, Sinite, Arvadite, Zemarite, Hamathite. We know all about them. Shem, and of course, five sons, Elam, Asher, Arphaxad, Lyd, Aram, Elamites, Assyrians, Hebrews, Lydians, and Aramean, otherwise known as Syrians. Of course, these names are there too. Of course, there's a couple of names twice. There's Havila twice, so it's hard to know which is which. Where's Havila? Right here, Cush. Cush has Havila, and Havila is on the side of Joktan. These are the Hebrews. The Hebrews other than Abraham. And these are all names in the Arabian Peninsula area. And we have Uz, Meshech, not to be confused with Meshach and Meshach. Yeah. Anyway, we get an idea. Those are the nations. Table of nations. People that we are all related to. This is that, of the land that God promised to Israel. And here we see some of these names here. Lud, Ashkenaz, Madai, Elam, Arphaxad, Table of Nations, Mitzrayim, Phut, Kittim, of course, is from Javan. Lud is the Lydians. They're color coded so you can know what the Japhethites are, the Semites, and the Hamites. Okay, this is the map of Israel, the time of Israel. Actually, it's boundary empire. Okay, so we should know all these names should be familiar. Phoenicia, Philistia, Amma, Damascus, Ammon, Moab, Edom. These are all people that were related to Judah, Israel, Not necessarily everybody there, but this is interesting to me because this is the EM81. Notice it used to be the E1B1B, E1B1B1B, E1B1B1B. The M81, that would be the Berbers. That is the Berber DNA. Probably the original Phoenicians, which were in this area, they just kind of gravitated over this way. But regardless, they're descendants of Ham, obviously. Right. Again, basically review. We have descendants of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. There's Lud. Okay. You got a Japheth Lud? Where's the Japheth Lud? That's confusing. We got Phut, Uzal. I don't know what Uzal is. Oh. Anyway. So, okay, the Canaanites. And the other thing is that the Philistines are not the Canaanites, and the Canaanites are not the Philistines. The Philistines came from this place over here, Kaptorim. It's hired as a descendant of Ham, except like I said, it's the early Canaanites had European descendancy influence as well, which would be, of course, probably Javan, mostly. So you could expect to find the TY chromosome and possibly the L in with the population of Captorim, which would be the EY chromosome in the Philistines, but not necessarily the Canaanites. The Canaanites was another branch. So the Captorim is another branch of the other than that of Canaan. So we can go back here and look at this again. So yeah, okay. So the Captorim is would be a descendant. At least the name comes from Mitzrayim, which is what the V32 V32 E3 V32, which would be another branch other than Canaan, which would be all the Canaanites. See the Philistine. Okay. This is an interesting map here because it is of course, the 7 churches of Asia Minor. Pergamum, Thyatira, Sardis, Philadelphia, Laodicea, Smyrna, Ephesus. Of course, we have Pamphylia, Galatia. So this area here is basically where Paul the missionary went in many cases. And then remember he had the dream or vision that said there's a man from Macedonia said to come over and help us. Macedonia is either here or here, Macedonia. Just to get oriented. This map here is good only because of myself or me, just explain where I came from, which is neither here nor there. But my surname comes from this area right here in Scotland, southern Scotland, northern England, and that's where I get my Y chromosome from. And apparently, we have the Vikings that come from Norway or Scandinavia somewhere. And I do have some Scandinavian, which is like that's after after Irish and Wales, and I got Scandinavian, or maybe Scandinavian is before Wales. But I got, like I said, my surname comes from this area, and part of that is Scandinavian, and the other part of me is from this area here in Ireland, this area here in Ireland, and these areas here in Scotland. So I'm basically Scotch, Irish, a little bit of Welsh, and Scandinavian, plus I have some German names, which is Bieber and Morgan, that I can think of right offhand. So Morgan and Bieber is are German names. Whether or not they are very German is another thing. The name is German. I don't know how German they are. They're probably mixed as well, because the reason why I'm saying that is because they can't seem to identify the German in me. Either I don't have very much German mixture, or they can't tell the difference between German and British Isles, which might be a possibility as well. But anyways, that's what I am. Okay. Again, we basically have the same thing here. Just get the orientation. This is the land of the Hittites. You got the Frisians. The Frisians, I think, are descended from Ashkenaz. So this is the area of the Ashkenaz at one time as well. The Phrygians, or the Frisians. And then, of course, Lydia is from Lud. Cappadocia. Lycia and Thrace. Thrace, of course, is the Thracians with the L chromosome. Okay. Here, this is an interesting map. I can't zoom in. It won't zoom for some reason. But this is something we got to investigate. We got Horizm, Sorgania, Bactria, Morgana, whatever that is. And of course, we have this is Media, the Medes. Somewhere here's Elam, Elimanda, Elam. Elam is here somewhere. That's Elam. Media. There's Media again. Media. There's Babylonia. Mesopotamia. And well, look at this. It's Cappadocia, Syria, Aram. Apparently, Tubal went to Iberia, which I gotta verify, but I'm assigning the RB in southern Europe, Tubal, because apparently he went to Iberia. Anyway, that's interesting. I thought it was interesting, Cappadocia. I thought that was interesting, yeah. Anyway. Okay, I like this map because it has pictures. Japheth. Of course, these are supposed to be movements or, whatever. Babel, Nimrod, Arphaxad, Madai, Peleg, Asher, Eber, Aram. These are, of course, sons. Now here, this is interesting here. These are, of course, the purple is supposed to be Ham. So we got Sheba and Sapta, or Seba and Sneba. And we got Havilah and Rama and Havilah. Of course, you have Havilah over here, you have Havilah up here. In some maps, Havilah is all over the place because, of course, there's two Havilahs. But apparently, this Havilah is Semitic, or they confused it. But there's a Havilah over here, and there's Havilahs over here. So I'm thinking the ones over here are Semitic, and the ones down here is Hamitic. So, but at any rate, one of these Rama Sabteka, one of those people was a seafaring people that became the VY chromosome, which is basically the brother of the CY chromosome, which is Nimrod, who was king in the land of Shinar. And his descendants never went to Africa. They went east all the way to America instead. And we can see evidence of that. Of course, we have Lydian over here. These are all sons. Phut. These are all sons and grandsons, or grandsons and great-grandsons of Noah, all these names. Of course. Same thing up here. Gomer, Ripa, Togmar, Tubal, Meshach, Lasha, Kittim, Javan, Dodin. These are either grandsons or great-grandsons. Javan, Tiras are the grandsons. Great-grandsons are Dodanim and Kittim and Elisha. Meshach is a grandson. Tubal. So Gomer went up into Europe. By the way, Ashkenaz, I guess Ashkenaz was here. He went up into Europe, up in this area here. Tubal apparently went to Spain, Italy, and places. The R1B, which seems to be the case, regardless of what other indications are. The R1B seems to be separate from the R1A, and that was a little bit puzzling to me because they're like totally separate, and then in between the I2 and the I1 is like came up between them. They're like separate from each other. It turns out that Tubal went to Spain and Italy and places, and Europe, Southern Europe, and the more Northern Europe would be R1A, which we know is Ashkenaz. And then there is Asia. Asia is of a mystery because we need to find out who is who. We have Madai, we have Magog. We have Magog here, but Magog actually goes up this way. Probably comes around here. So Magog is probably in this area here. and then goes east. And Madai seems to have gone all the way to Australia. I'm still working it out. Still interesting. Again, we have names that we recognize here. Crete, Cyprus, Ephesus, Cappadocia, or Cappadocia, Corinth, Thessalonica, Rome, Philippi. There's Captor again. Of course, Captor went down here to the island of Crete. Actually, that's maybe it went from here up to here. I don't know. And Galatia. We're familiar with these names pretty much. Cyprus, Crete, Cyprus, Jerusalem, otherwise known as Yerushalayim and Cush and Pathros, etc. Gomer. Okay, this is a German map. This is Libysche, Würste, and Arabische worship, Würste, Cairo, etc. But then I think this is the land of sin, Magog, and of course this is the area I think that the Hebrews settled, the Israelites settled. Anyways, I have to do some more study up. Okay, this is French. So we have the Mer Égée. We have the Mer Nord, the Mer Caspian, the Mer Pacific, and the Mer Rouge, and the Mer Méditerranée. God, Megiddo, Tyre, Byblos, Jerusalem, Kadesh, Kidden, Tari. Hattusa, there you go. You know, Hattusa is the Hittite capital. That's a actually very impressive capital. It's quite impressive. Hattusha, the Hittite capital. It's much more developed than we might have thought because they're considered, barbarians or whatever, the Hittites. But they had a very impressive capital. Assyria would be the descendants of Asher, Assyria. Familiar with that? Fertile Crescent, Media, of course, that's Madai, Nineveh, Tarshish, Paphos, Lydia, Asher, Tigris and Euphrates. It's one of these maps shows Cush in here. The Cush is not Cush. The Cush is Nimrod, of course, descendant of Cush. That's just close up. Which is the same thing. The Philistine area, got Phoenician states. We're familiar with that. And of Lot, kingdom of Ammon, kingdom of Moab, Lot, and Edom of Esau. Elam, Shechem, Samaria, Hebron, Beersheba, and Jaffa. Okay. Oh yeah, this is the lead-in to the Hashchorus. I don't know if anybody's familiar with the Hashchorus. It's the King's Highway. Remind me of the Hashchoruses that we used to sing. This is the King's Highway. Anyways, again, this is interesting because this is partly of what I was talking about. You have Havilah down here. I guess they didn't know if it was Semitic or Hamitic. And Elam up here. They have Assyria. Assyria is the descendants of Asher. Asher, Assyria, based, I don't know, but there was always a mix of Nimrod. Nimrod was in this area, and of course there's trade. Of course, there's Captor again. Captor from the island of Crete, not to be confused with Cyprus, but the island of Crete. Remember, the Bible says that there's a saying that all Cretians are liars, and it's true. And then you have the Philistines, of course, and the Canaanites. Not the Philistines, not to be confused with the Canaanites. I thought they were basically the same thing, but they're not. And Dedan is another descendant. So one of these people, of course, became the DY chromosome, which I'm trying to figure out still. There's Crete. Okay. Palestinian. I think this is the Okay, I'm back maybe. I don't know how long I was going. What happened to the stream? I got bumped. Anyway, it was probably boring anyway, so let me just go ahead and go to the hash course. I'm not sure if that was part of the what broadcast. Let me share here, share screen. And let's go to the hash course. Okay. Okay. Is anybody familiar with hash course? The reason why I came up with that was because let me see if I can find the map real quick. Because of, where was it? Where was it? This one here? No, not this one here. There it is right there. King's Highway. Right here. Anybody ever hear of the King's Highway? Yeah, that's the King's Highway, this dotted line here. Well, that reminded me of what's called a hash course. So, as long as I'm making a mess of things, let's go look up a hash course here. What do we got for hash course? List of hash course. See what this is about here. Oh, here we go. We got a hash course. I don't feel like singing. I don't like to sing by myself anyway. Isn't he wonderful? Oh yeah, there's another one. Let's talk about Jesus. The King of Kings is he. The Lord of Lords, supreme through all eternity. The great I am, the way, the truth, the life, the door. Let's talk about Jesus more and more. Isn't he wonderful? Where's the King's Highway? I think it's down here. Maybe I'll get inspired to sing it, right? See, somewhere there's a King's Highway here. I don't know all these hash courses, but I'm just curious to know if anybody knows what a hash course is. There's the King's Highway right there. Okay, what do we got going on? Amen. 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 Mr. Lizard. Oh, what's up? And I don't know if anybody wants to talk about the maps or anything, but if you could join if you want to just say so, and I'll put a link in. Okay. I don't know, I got some rain going on, so my signal's not that great, apparently. Yeah, I'm roboting. Yeah, somebody just call it off. Skip the scene. Skip the scene. I don't like to sing by myself anyway. So, but anyways, here's the one. Every day with Jesus is sweeter than the day before. Every day with Jesus, I love him more and more. Jesus saves and keeps me, and he's the one I'm living for. Every day with Jesus is sweeter than the day before. That's the original right there. And then the hash version here is every day with Jesus. I'm walking on the King's Highway. Tell me the old dope story. I love it better every day. Hallelujah. I will make you fishers of men if you only follow me. Hallelujah, what a Savior. I'm from Sunset. You're from Sunset. We're all from Sunset Free. I'm a loving brother when the world's on fire. You'll need my Jesus to be your Savior. It's not even in here. He'll hide you ever in the rock of ages. The rock of ages cleft for me. That's what a hash course is. Here's another one isn't he wonderful, wonderful, wonderful? Isn't Jesus my Lord wonderful? Eyes have seen, ears have heard. It's recorded in God's word. Isn't Jesus my Lord wonderful? Wonderful, wonderful. Jesus is to me, Counselor, Prince of Peace, mighty God. Yeah, I think my singing broke the internet. I mean, so I might as well skip it. Anyway, that's good enough for this live stream, I guess. I broke it. I'll try again some other time, maybe when the signal's better. Because this turned out to be a total disaster, so it's all right. I just wanted to show what a hash course is, if anybody knows what a hash course is. But maybe I'll try again later. See what came through. All right. God bless everybody. Take care. Stay close to God.